guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, my name is Keni. I am 17 years old and I'm in my last semester of 12th grade. I'm planning to go to college in the fall. I've applied to schools, I've gotten some acceptances, some rejections, but I haven't decided yet. So yeah, I'm going to take you guys along that whole journey and like just my life. So if you're interested, don't forget to subscribe. Also, I'm Ghanaian and I live in Ghana currently, but I'm looking to study in the US. So yeah. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys along. I just wanted to show you guys like my productivity system, I guess, how I try to stay productive and how I organize my life. This video is not going to be like visually. I'm not going to like show you. It's not going to be visually. I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm not going to show you visually. I'm just going to be talking, so you guys can like take this as a podcast vibe. So you can watch this while doing any manly stuff. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start now. So the first tip that I have for you, it's to create a routine for yourself. I know you have heard this over and over again. Create a one routine, create a routine. But like, I want you to create like a day, like a perfect day. Like, so first of all, I want you to write down everything that you want to have or do your day, fun stuff, relaxing stuff. So if for me, someone who goes to school, I want to spend time with God in the morning. I want to journal. I want to work out. I also want to read. I want to do my schoolwork, get a good amount of time to do my schoolwork. I also want to work on like any other stuff that I have. Like I'm learning French. I want some time to do that. I want to also have some time to work on my college applications, scholarships, time to set for those. Yeah, I think there was kind of like my routine. You also want time to like rest, you know, like during the day sometimes you get this slump that you want to relax, but like you have so much to do because you wasted in one and blah blah blah. So I also want time to rest. And I think I also have to get time to water my garden, like family garden, and like feed the dog. Like there's a lot that goes on to my day, so I write all of them down. And also there's some stuff that will come on as the year goes by, new responsibilities, and you have to find a way to also put them in your routine. But from what you know now, write them down. Then you put so which ones can be done in the morning, which ones can be done in the afternoon, and then which ones can be done in the evening, like night time and stuff like that. When you do that, you have to also write down the time takes for you to do each of those tasks, because you need to know, because at the end of the day you have 24 hours and you sleep for about 8 to 7 hours of that time. So yeah, and the best way to like visualize this is to put them in Google Calendar. So I might put a screenshot of my Google Calendar, like how I've planned my day, for you to see what I mean by that. So that's like my first step. Like they just help you so that when you start your day, you just flow. I'm about to go into to-do list and stuff later, but like this is one thing you need to do, routines. Okay, now the next one is also reset routines. I recommend you do reset like depending on your lifestyle, but like I recommend Saturday, Sundays. They're like weekends, so like you're done with your work week, like your work days, Monday to Friday, and then you can reset and like plan your day, like your week. Reset, like go through what went wrong, what did well, like how can I improve and stuff like that. So I also have a video of my reset routine on my YouTube channel, so you can check it out. And I also have my morning routine and my night routine. So yeah, you can check those out. So yeah, reset routine I really recommend because it truly helps. Like today is a Saturday, so I've reset, I cleaned. So my reset routine, I don't know if I can remember it off paper because I always have to write things down. Like I literally cannot remember anything just in my head like that. But I clean, I make sure I do some self-care, and then I plan for the next week. So that's basically it. But like there are things in there that I do that I literally cannot remember right now. So that's my reset routine. So I really recommend reset routines. It just help you. Sometimes a lot went on during the week and you just need time to like journal your thoughts out and just think. Like, how do I explain this? Like, work through what went through the week and how you can improve. So I recommend research routines. Like, there are lots of them on YouTube. Like, you can check out someone you relate to and like what their video and like incorporate some of their stuff into your research routine. Okay, next is my one thing I also recommend is having a a system, like a organization system. So what I mean by this is I like to use Google Calendar and my Notion board. I'm sorry if you can hear anything going on outside. My mom's cooking. So my room is right next to the kitchen. Okay, so I recommend you have a productivity system. So I have Notion and Calendar, as I said. I also have this board, but which is like a visual, but sometimes I don't always have my laptop open or like my phone around and I just want to look at something. So on my board here, I don't think you guys can see, I'm so sorry. I have my goals, my March goals, I have my intentions for the month, I have this week's focus, what I wanted to focus on this week. I change it every week depending on what I want to get done, and then how I can improve this for that week. I always look at this because I feel it always helps me. Like, how can I improve that? Like, last week maybe this didn't go well, maybe what I was doing wasn't really helping, so how can I improve and stuff like that. And then what I want to do more of, what I want to do less of. So yeah, that's kind of like my system. So for my Notion page, I will also put a screenshot of some of the stuff on my Notion page. I have different pages. My Notion page is more aesthetic, like it's just functional and like simple and just good for me right now. I know there are lots of stuff I can improve, but for now this is what works best for me. So I have this week's focus here. I have my to-do list. I also have my trackers. I have my weekday tracker, my weekend tracker, just because my weekdays are different from my weekends, and so I don't have like one, because on my weekdays I wake up at 4 a.m. and do different stuff, and then on my weekends I wake up at 6 a.m. and do different stuff. So yeah, I also have my cleaning routine monthly and weekly. I also have my 2023 January to June goals, and you know why I have January to June goals, because I watched my How I Plan to Thrive in 2023 video. And then I also have my weekly overview. That's where every week I go in and just write like what I basically say, how can I improve, how did this week go, this week's highlights and stuff like that. It also helps me like remember stuff from my week, so that at the end of the year when I'm reviewing like how my year went, I kind of have an idea. I also have my routines like written out. I have like wish list board, like I have different stuff. I also have my monthly research routine. I have some pages that I don't use now just because they're not useful for me now. Like they're like adult stuff, like finance tracker, travel planning. I'm not there yet, so I don't use those. But like the specific, the top 3 sections, which are my trackers and weekly check-ins, are the ones I use. So that's that for my Notion page. I'm just gonna show you guys. Notion page. Okay, so that's it. So I really recommend you just get a system. Maybe you use Notes app too for your to-do list. That's really good because it keeps track of everything. It's also good. People use Apple Calendar. Yeah, but I really recommend my Google Calendar because it helps. Like I plan my events, I plan my routines, like time block. I really recommend time blocking like that. That really helps. Like it really does. It makes you really see everything. So I recommend that. Let me show you. Okay, now I'm going to go into some productivity tips. Things that have like helped me. Number 1 would be like, I also want to say that like I'm not always productive. I had a rough, I think, couple of days. I think in February and also in a bit of March. But like I have this thing. I don't know what I'll call it, but I have this thing where I can't miss a day or something I said I would do. So, and I think I'll call that discipline, which is like my first step, which is to be disciplined. But I said at the beginning of the year that I want to do my devotions every day, journal every morning, every evening. And even though I was going through that like rough time, I did not skip it because I know that for me, for example, I don't talk about my stuff, like anything I'm going through much. I don't talk about it much, but I will write it down and write it down on my Thursday. So I journal during that time. I made sure I spend time with God because He helped me through that. Like it was a long time, but like it wasn't that serious. Like, I don't even know how I'm exaggerating, but I still kept going my routine. I think the only stuff that I missed during that time was reading. I just couldn't bring myself to read. Like I couldn't. The book was like, "Can you lie together?" And I was like, "No," like no. So yeah, discipline. Be disciplined. Like whatever will help you to be disciplined. Maybe it's not because you're not a disciplined person, but it's because what you are doing you don't really want to do. So discipline, people. Discipline. So yeah. Next is to romanticize what you're doing. I like to put in my earphones and like listen to lo-fi music. So that's like music without like just piano, like soft music, and do my work. This helps me just focus and like romanticize like what's I'm doing. And like I'm typing and like doing my work. It really helps me sometimes because sometimes how I do it, I'm going to sit and do this tough recalculus, like I'm not in the mood. But like romanticizing it and just making it fun for yourself also helps. Also, third tip, think of the future. So think, if I don't study now, future me will struggle. And you do not want future me to struggle. Like, always think that in your head. Unless like some stuff, like, okay, an example would be my family, most of my family are hanging out and like chilling and like having family time, and I go to the room and I'm studying. Now that is not ideal because like you might have, for me who is going to be moving soon, hopefully, I do not want to miss stuff like that with my family because we don't usually like all sit and have fun. So like having that time to go have fun with them will be like something that I might prioritize over study. But if there's something like I'm just being lazy or like I just want to be on my phone, like watch YouTube, now that you have to go, like you have to weigh options. If I want this YouTube, this video will always be there. Like it will, this is what my mom always tells me. It will always be there. But like in the future, you will not get that 1 hour to study. Might not get that 1 hour to study. So always weigh your options and make sure that, yeah, I think that if I do this work right now, future will be happy and might go through whatever you're going through seamlessly. So if you have a test, she will take the test account because she learned, she tried, you know. So that's was one of my tips. Number 4, productive procrastination. So I do this sometimes. So I have to do schoolwork, but I'm like, okay, you know what? Another productive thing I can do is edit a video. It's productive. Future me will be happy, but future me will also be pissed because I did not study and now I have so much work to do. But like that is so bad. And also like cleaning instead of doing like sitting down to like do the schoolwork. Me most of the time is schoolwork. Just sit down and do it. Like at least do it for 30 minutes. Then you get in the groove of it, then you keep going and keep going. Then we are done and satisfied. You can go ahead and clean, you can go ahead and do whatever other productive thing you want to do. That's why I also recommend that when you write your to-do list, make sure you put in the most important at the top. You see it first, then you work your way down. And that's also how I like. That's why I also like my to-do list on my laptop. Then I can just arrange them and how I want to get them done based on priority and everything like that. So, and also, now my 5th tip is to rest. Rest. I remember when I was going through that time, I was so tired. I think I'd been so go since January that I just hit, like my body was like, calm down. I do have my research routine, but I wasn't rested. I was just go. I had one start to my plate and people pleasing. It was just a mess. So, but then I think I took one day, I was on my, and then I rested. I just rested. I felt so good because I was tired. Like my body was actually. So I think I was sick. Honestly, I didn't take any medication, but then I ended up being okay. So I think my body just needed the rest. It just needed the rest. So those are like I know there are more tips, and I will share them in my videos as I go on because I can't really think of them right now. But like that is it. My mom is calling me, guys. I'm coming. Okay, she told me that my food is ready. Okay, so yeah, so that is kind of like what I wanted to share with you guys today. I don't know if I want to talk about something else. Yeah, I think so. That is basically how I try to stay productive, be disciplined, weigh my options. My system is also truly helpful. My Notion and calendar system. Actually looking at my goals and like stuff I want to focus on, romanticizing my schooling because sometimes I get rough. Like I want to talk about this in another video, like friendships. I don't really have physical friends currently, and so I feel like right now my life is all studying, working towards college stuff, and like stuff like that. I have my friends that I talk to. They are physical friends, like, but they are in the US currently, and I'm here, so like we haven't met physically. So they are still my friends, and I really appreciate them. But physical friends, I don't have that currently, and so sometimes I don't have anyone to. You see, you have your parents, but it's not the same. They're like your age mates, and so it's weird. I think you guys might understand. If you understand, comment down below. But so I'm always going to be working on stuff, and then I feel to just rest and just take it easy, and like, yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helps someone, because like, I don't even know if I could. I hope I help someone. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got to this part of the video, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment any questions you have for me. And yeah, also I homeschool, so that is why I have like my own schedule. I don't go to physical school. Yeah, if you're wondering why I said I school of my friends. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and more videos will be coming out soon. And I can't believe like next week is going to be April. So yeah, that's exciting. But this video is going up in April. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the